So we are here with Miss Teen Michigan 2020, Aneesa Sheikh. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. So to start off, what has it been like representing Miss Teen Michigan in 2020 and with everything that's going on?
It's been a journey full of so many cool experiences. I feel like I'm going to be the longest in history Miss Michigan Teen USA there ever is because of the pandemic and the pageant getting delayed. You know, I have to say that starting off, going to the events and going out and participating hands-on with the different communities was amazing. My most favorite part, and I learned so much through doing that. But the most impactful part of the year that I feel like I've had to have as a title holder would be the part at home. And so I do Music for Miracle, which is my nonprofit that shares music therapy. And that's perfect for right now in Zoom and utilizing different tech, like virtual platforms to get in touch with patients. So that's, I feel, been a blessing.
Amazing. And what got you started in pageants and what made you want to be Miss Teen Michigan?
You know, I always grew up and my dad would say, join a pageant, join a pageant. And I said to him, no, I have to focus on skating, which I figure skated competitively,
absolutely.
Music, and school. And I said, I don't have time for a pageant. Like, I'm not doing it.
Right.
And in high school, the first couple of years of high school, my friends all said, oh, you should do a pageant. And then my best friend actually owned the pageant dress store in town.
No fun.
So
Okay.
like, oh, Aneesa, you have to. So I did it like for fun. I signed up for a month before, a month before. So it was just insane. Luck was on my side.
Oh, wow. Spontaneous. And then there you go. It all paid off.
Exactly. Very spontaneous.
Awesome.
I did work really hard for those, like, that month going into, I worked on it every single day.
Right.
And I feel like all the other activities I've done in my life have prepared me simultaneously for the pageant itself.
That's really cool. And you're also a really talented singer. And before we talk about your rising singing career, was singing your talent in the pageant?
So they actually do not have a talent portion.
Okay.
What they have is like they have interview. And so in the interview, they ask about the different extracurricular activities that I've been a part of. And they actually did ask me to sing. So they're like, you sing? So of course I just kind of sang a cappella for them a little bit. And so that was very awesome.
Oh, that's fun.
And they know about you send in your bio and they ask you, it's an interview, they ask you all about that. They know who each girl is. They do their research.
At least you got to show off your talents a little bit.
Yeah.
And you're releasing an upcoming single called Red Lipstick. So can you tell us the meaning behind the song?
Red Lipstick is a very teenage hip-hop fun song. It has a lot of summer vibes to it. And it is about just, you know, everyone in their whole life faces times where they have conflict with other people, and there's certain jealousy that goes on and cattiness. Especially as a teenage girl, I feel like this song really embodies the message that a lot of teenage girls go through, and that's just having to rise above negative comments and negative criticism from other people and peers around you, especially in high schools.
Absolutely.
So a lot of bullying, but it has a message of rising above bullying and just kind of focusing on yourself and looking at the bigger and brighter picture.
That is so cool. And that's relatable to pretty much every teen.
Exactly.
Sure. So that's amazing. And now that we know the meaning behind the song, would you be able to sing a little bit for us? Give it a
yes,
little
of course. I can sing a little bit for you guys. Let me get
amazing.
It's good that it's tuned right now. I'm going to play the backing track because this song actually has a lot of cool, amazing things my producer did with like drums and the drum pockets and stuff. So
amazing. All right. I can't wait to hear it.
It was the summer of 18. You and me were dominating the scene. Head down, wild and carefree. Nothing really stood in front of me until one day you did me wrong, catching those lies you said all along. Well, that's okay, I'll make you pay. Took my kindness for granted, and then you ran with it. I have another side of me that you haven't really seen. High heels, hair up, and my red lipstick on, my red lipstick on, and my red lipstick on. Cabrera and these Ray-Bans, and my red lipstick on, and my red lipstick on, and my red lipstick on. So that's a little bit. That's just like the first.
Hey! Oh, it's so fun. It's such a little teen bop. I love it.
Yeah, exactly. It's very,
perfect.
I was like, I need to release it. I need to go and release it for the summer times that, while people are at home bike riding around the
Totally.
neighborhood, they can just put it in their like AirPods or something.
Absolutely. No, it's so fun. And when is that going to be released?
The second week of August, I will be announcing a release date very soon on my social media handles. But right now, I'm shooting the music video actually Friday for it.
So fun. Okay.
I'm in like an all red outfit. And then as soon as I get that kind of finalized, then I'll be able to announce the release date officially sometime next week.
Amazing. Well, we can't wait. And so what would you say who inspires your sound?
My sound? Okay, so I would honestly have to say, well, me as an artist, I've grown into figuring out what my voice is, how to use it, because everyone's voice is very different.
Really?
And so, Jewel. That's
Okay.
a lot of people when I say like, who is your inspiration? I'm like Jewel, and
Oh,
they're like,
absolutely. That is really cool.
Yeah, so definitely Jewel, her voice, like she's 1999 artist was when she was very big, but it's more softer than Ariana Grande, who belts a lot.
Absolutely. She has a very soft tone.
Yeah, and the way I play guitar, because I play guitar along with it, and I write my songs all on guitar first before they are produced, she plays guitar also. So I feel like my sound comes a lot from her, and I feel like my songs and my EP that I've been putting together is a mix of pop with a fusion of country and rock.
Oh, very fun.
Yeah, so I just released a song on June 26th called Tough Times, and that one is like a little bit, you can hear the country, you can hear the rock, but it falls distinctly in the pop category.
I love that. I love that someone your age is also still exploring rock, because that is going a little bit downhill.
Oh my gosh, I love rock. I swear, I was 8 years old and at my 5th grade talent show playing Stairway to Heaven by Led Zeppelin.
Yes, I love it.
With my hair. I was the only girl doing that instead of like a Justin Bieber cover song.
All the kids are probably like, what is this? But
they're like, she has an electric guitar in her hand with a pink strap, like a pink fuzzy, bedazzled.
So cute. So I get to love that. I love it.
I always loved it. Like my first concert I went to was the Eagles. I'm very old soul.
Amazing. That's really cool. I love that. And that's cool because you can bring that all into your music. So I love that. You also write your own music, and one of the songs you wrote was called Bad Thing. Yes, and it was about teens and toxic relationships. So why was that something that you felt so strongly to write about?
So last summer, I attended the International Model and Talent Association's convention in New York City, July 2019. I there was awarded a scholarship to record and master an original song. So instead of choosing a song that I had written, I wanted to use the scholarship to really, because I've never gone through the process before of at that point, never had gone through the process of recording and being in the studio, making a music video and working with producers. So it was all new to me. And I kind of wanted to save my own songs I've written completely by myself for a future time. So I co-wrote the song with my producer, and we were kind of collaborating. What can we do to capitalize on me being a teenager? And what do I see as a teenager? And something I noticed was just even around my high schools, peers my age would be in toxic relationships. And just because we're so inexperienced in that aspect of life, that it can be like a bad habit and a bad cycle. So that's where Bad Thing comes from. And so I felt like to the teenage population, if not the teenage population, anyone I feel like in their lifetime has or knows someone who has experienced being in a toxic relationship with a bad thing.
That's fun. Yeah. But also that is completely true. You're right. And like the inexperience causes some very toxic relationships as well as a teen.
Exactly.
It's a good point to. You also, so I want to talk a little bit about your charity work and your nonprofit. So you founded your own nonprofit called Music for Miracle. So can you tell us a little bit about the organization?
Yes, definitely. So Music for Miracle is an acronym that stands for Music Inspires, Reaches, Accepts, Captures, and Loves Equally. I truly feel that music does that. And so this past fall, my father had a stroke, and we had been living alone together at the time for like the past 5 years because of figure skating training. I moved away. He took me to train in Michigan. And so when he had a stroke, music was the only thing that gave him his light again emotionally, but also because the stroke affected his speech, I noticed that by me having consistency, I'll just say, because
Yeah.
that word, it's on like the tip of my tongue.
Normalcy.
Normal, yeah. Wait, I forgot. Yeah.
It's okay.
Back into his life, you know, because everything was like flipped upside down. I took my guitar. Yeah, you know, it was really hard for him and all of us. I took my guitar and I sang for him every day at the nursing center. And like, you know, I encouraged him to hum along and kind of pronounce like the ABCs with me and stuff.
That's so cool.
And he actually, the doctor said it would be a miracle if he would ever speak again, and now he can speak again. And
no way.
They wouldn't give him speech therapy. They said there's no point, he's not going to speak again. And so I feel like music activated certain areas of his brain, because there's a lot of scientific like studies that show that it really does help with medical crisis and stuff out there with patients. And so I just like, you know, in his room when I was singing, his roommate was like, hey, come sing for me. So I just started singing to a bunch of elders at a nursing home.
Oh, that's amazing. So they loved it.
I loved it. And I actually got in touch from there. Like, there was a video that was posted online. So St. Jude's Hospital Children's Pediatric Cancer Research Hospital reached out to me and wanted me to sing at their annual charity show. So I did that end of November. And then a lot of local organizations called the Healing Notes Foundation and then Mott's Children's Hospital in Ann Arbor, I go and I sing to in person. But because of the pandemic, I haven't been able to go for several months since March to sing in person. However, music, I feel like, is more of a miracle and like a savior now than it has ever, given that the world is going through so much heartache. Absolutely. And the patients are in rooms, vulnerable, lonely, scared, constantly being told it's going to be okay by doctors. But music is a feeling that it will be. And so I've been able to like stream my songs into patients' rooms of me just being like, hey.
That's really cool. That's beautiful.
Mm-hmm. So that's just what I've been doing with Music for a Miracle. Mm-hmm.
Congrats. That's really cool, putting a passion into something that you can help others with.
Exactly.
That's beautiful. Absolutely. And what got you started in music originally?
That's so funny. Okay, so when I was 5 years old, my brother started taking piano lessons. So I joined him. Obviously, we would just go at the same time. I would take the 30-minute slot after him, but he ended up not liking it. And I was like, wait a second, I want to keep doing piano lessons. My parents were like, no. So when I was like 8 years old, I'm not kidding you, I begged my parents so much, like, can I please start taking some sort of lessons? Like a guitar may be easier because I can practice it at home.
And anywhere, yeah.
Anywhere. I keep my guitar sometimes in my trunk for like a week.
Right, just
like,
in case. You never know.
Yeah, exactly. And so music, the thing was, I started playing guitar on a classical guitar when I was 8 years old, and it was never a phase I grew out of. It was something that stayed consistent and something that was almost an outlet for me coping through anything in life, you know, growing up, like any tough challenge.
Yeah.
You know? And I just was my thing, because growing up, I was the youngest of 5 siblings, and then I had half siblings, 6 half siblings, so 11 in total.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And they all my older sisters skated for Team USA. So they were very competitive figure skaters, and I figure skated as well. But this is my kind of thing that wasn't so much pressure on me, like in comparing.
Absolutely, yeah.
So it was my thing, and I just stuck with it. And then when I started songwriting at the age of 14, playing my grandpa's 12 string, I picked it up because I'd played classical electric guitar before. That's when songwriting really, like, I knew, oh, this is what I want to do when I'm older, the music, because it's so beautiful being able to connect with people on a song that you wrote that may have a completely different meaning to me, but
it affects
the memory exactly with other people. And so music is just like my love and my passion.
I love that. That's amazing. Also, you are, speaking of your figure skating, you are still quite the accomplished figure skater. And in June this year, you were awarded the gold distinction by U.S. figure skating. So what was that experience like?
So it was amazing because, you know, you work your whole life, you sacrifice. I used to skate 4 a.m. on the ice in the cold. Oh, I can't. I remember being so tired. I used to skate 4 a.m., skate for a couple hours, go to school, leave school early so that I could go skate again for several hours to like 5 p.m. at night, do half online classes. It was so much sacrifice for my whole family just so that we could pursue skating, that the gold distinction award was it meant a lot. It's not about, I never feel like it's about, in anything in life, achieving a gold medal or like a trophy, something physical. It's the epitome of all the steps and all the growth you've gone through to get there is what I feel like that award was to me, of how much I've learned from skating every day, like training.
Right.
And so what it is I was actually a triple gold medalist in figure skating, which means that I passed the highest level in moves in the field on ice, which is a certain
Oh,
discipline. Freestyle, which is individual skating, and then like the jumping and spinning everyone sees,
right.
and then
Okay.
ice dance, which is the two people skating together. And I passed those three, so that's triple
Wow.
medalist. So that's where that award comes from.
Congrats. And so do you still figure skate?
Well, okay, so I had knee surgery in December.
Oh,
So
wow.
I was recovering like 2 months from there, and I wasn't able to skate till March, and then the pandemic happened and
So
all
now
the
you're,
closed. So I actually skated my first time last week, finally back on the ice. Of course, I had to get back in the groove of things, but
yeah.
it was like, I felt like I was at home again.
Oh, that's beautiful. And so is that still going to be something you pursue? Is the Olympics something you've ever wanted to do? Or
That was definitely when I was younger. That was like the aim. That was the goal. I definitely had potential to get there. But like I said, music has just been always my home. I don't see myself after pursuing it at that level, let's say Olympic level. I never saw it as something I wanted to sit in a cold rink and coach skating, or like just be known as a figure skater. I wanted to be more like music was just my thing. There's no other way to put it other than I just always it's like I don't know how to vocalize.
You found your niche and you love it, and it's that.
Yeah, exactly. It's just it's funny because I'll be at a bonfire or something with my friends, or maybe I don't know anyone there, and they'll give me a guitar. And when I'm just kind of like shy or something, I'll just start playing the guitar. It's like my safety.
Right. That makes you you. Music is you.
And people have told me that, like, oh, we just noticed you'll just start playing guitar when you don't really know like when you have nothing to do, you just start and you won't notice it. So that's just my thing.
Beautiful. That's your thing, girl. That's your thing. That's amazing.
Yeah.
And so what advice would you have for other teens who want to pursue their dreams?
I would say you have to become obsessed with it, but you don't have to force yourself. If you love it, you will love to think about it. Right. Dream about it. Because if you can dream it, you can achieve it. I truly believe that. Absolutely. And that you said teenagers. If my advice would be to teenagers who are still in high school and going through their developmental stages of life, I feel like you need to spend these years in your bedroom. Like for me, it was in my bedroom playing the guitar all day, mastering it. Not a day went by where I didn't play for like an hour or 2 or 5 hours some days. Right. And so you have to really develop your skills so that when you get the chance to have your shot, right, you won't have to learn in front of people that matter. You'll already be ready. So you become obsessed and you have to be ready. So develop your skills now as teenagers so that when you turn 18, 19, you have those opportunities, or even if you're still a teenager and have those opportunities, you're ready to go. People aren't waiting for you. Because at the end of the day, for me, music is not just a love, it's also an industry and a business.
Absolutely.
And so if you're wasting people's time, that's not going to work out, you know.
Because you can love it all you want, but at the end of the day, if you're going to pursue it as a career, you also need to be ready. I love that. I love that.
Yes, and be ready.
Yeah, seriously, you're right. Absolutely. I love that. And so where do you see yourself in 5 years?
I want to have multiple Grammys in my hand.
Okay, go ahead, girl.
Like I say that and like I don't know how people respond to it, because they may think like, oh my gosh, this girl is just so like, she does not.
Absolutely.
No, if I get it. Exactly. And if I work to something, I look at it this way. If I want this level, then what is the obstacles I have to surpass to get there? And then not just that, it's again, like I mentioned earlier in the interview, it's not just about the Grammys, like holding them like little baby. It's not about that. It's about the steps going through there, because even in the past 6 months of working on my EP, getting my music really going and taking the quarantine time to my advantage, I've learned so much about myself and about every aspect of life just from working and becoming so obsessed with it, that imagine in 5 years, I'll have learned so much more. That's really the beauty of it at the end of the day. It's not about the Grammys. It's about, I put my mind to something I loved. I turned it into my purpose and passion, and I worked for it, and I enjoyed every step of it, the good and the bad.
Yeah, I love that's amazing. All right, so to end the interview, we're gonna ask some random questions.
Oh, okay.
Don't worry, they're fun.
Okay.
So what is your favorite midnight snack?
chocolate. Like, I always just have chocolate chips, and I just am eating.
That's so fun. That's a good little snack. And so what is your dream travel destination?
I want to travel the whole world, if not once, twice in my lifetime. Like right now, I'm young and I'm so busy that, and obviously like the lockdown is going on, but I have to say, I want to travel all over Spain, like
Okay.
all over by like the trains and stuff, really dive into the culture, and Greece.
Okay. Are you Spanish and Greek? Is that kind of why you?
No, I'm not. I'm half Pakistani and half American. But I really want, that's just something that all my siblings did, and my mom and dad did, and they came back from those trips when I was very young. Obviously, I didn't go because I was not born or very young.
Right.
Yeah, and so they said that's the place you have to go. And whenever someone asks them about a travel memory, they mention that. So I'm like, I have to experience that too, so that I can talk about it when everyone else is talking about it.
I know exactly what you mean. That's so fun. And if you could only bring 2 items to a desert island, what would they be?
Well, would I be able to get off that island eventually?
Oh, that girl, you're bringing.
I'm stuck there. I'm stuck.
Yeah, you're only bringing 2 items.
Okay, I think I would bring like my best friend, definitely.
Okay, that's fun.
Like, it's someone like means like I get along with, number one.
Yeah.
I have a good time with. I would like to spend my last few, like, hopefully couple of months. I don't want to be too
Right.
long, you know, in a boat or something like.
That's genius. There you go. So you can get off. Okay,
like a cell phone or something. I'd call like with a service, like a.
I'm not really sure if there'd be service on this desert island, but the boat was smart. Those were good answers.
Definitely, like maybe a jet ski attached to the boat, so that we could enjoy.
That's 3 items, but I'll give it to you. Yeah. That was smart. I'd be like lipstick.
Well, how you don't have time to take photos?
I know. I just wouldn't have thought it through like that. I'm just saying that was very smart answers. So thank you so much for sitting down with us. And we can't wait to hear your new song, Red Lipstick.
Thank you so much for having me. I had a great time talking to you today.
Oh, great. Me too.